I'm Miss Helen, and this is truly a remarkable life. I love it.
One, two, three, shaping this destiny.
I was born in McKinney, Texas, really a little community named Lovejoy. Do I have to tell the year?
You do not have to tell the year.
I was born January the 10th, and my mother said it was a snow ice storm. Very, very bad. The doctor came on a horse. He couldn't get in the car. Couldn't get there in the car, so he came on the horse. And anyway, I was, we lived in Lovejoy, and then we moved to a little community named Branch, and that was really where I was raised until I was about 11 or 12. And then we moved to Grand Prairie.
Okay.
I graduated from Northside High School in Fort Worth. Well, let's see. Then I had jobs, little jobs, summer school, you know, I went. And then after I graduated, I was real smart and I moved back to Dallas and got a job at Beer and Company, which was a brokerage company.
Like stock brokerage?
Yeah.
Okay.
A mistake of my life of quitting. I quit. But the reason I quit was I was 17 years old, and I had to tolerate the elderly gentlemen smoking cigars and cigarettes and glaring at me all day. And I didn't know what to do with it, you know. And I was bored, so I quit and went to work across the street at A. Harrison Company, where my friends worked. And I worked there for, a year probably. And then I moved back home to Fort Worth. And I went to X-ray school.
Oh.
And graduated, worked at All Saints Hospital, the old one.
Okay.
And then my health would not tolerate the X-ray, so I had to quit that.
Okay.
And then I went to work for an insurance company, and I was a bookkeeper for an insurance company for a while, and then I went to work at General Dynamics.
Okay.
And I worked there for 3 or 4 years, and got married, and had a baby. Well, I had Marcia, was born, and then 2.5 years later, I had another baby, Jamie. So I did not work anymore. I was a housewife until, they were up, I guess, probably 10 and 13. And my husband was a policeman, and he retired, and then we opened up a bar. And then I went to work, and then we were in a bar, and we got a divorce. I was single for a long time, and then I met a man and married. Lived very happy for several years.
Long time.
And then he passed away with cancer. And here I am, living with Jamie.
My mom.
Your mom. Yep. And she lost her husband.
Yep.
So we're two little old ladies living in our house.
Two little old ladies, my
little bitty, not little ladies, but I mean older ladies. She was the one that I could always count on, and she could always count on me. No matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what. So, and my only thing now is that I've gotten older and I can't get around and I can't do the things that I would like to do.
Yeah.
And I would like to help Jamie and I can't do it. We have a pretty good, I think, I don't know if she agrees with me or not. I think we have a pretty good life together, but I like everything about it. I always have liked everything about Jamie. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I shouldn't have said that in front of her, should I?
No.
No,
Head's getting big.
she's my baby. She's my rock now. Couldn't do without her. And that's what I worry about now. See if I die, what will happen to her.
Why are you worried about that? You got me.
Well, that's the reason we're going to move in with.
Come on. Craig and I keep saying, come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
You think you laugh a lot whenever we just visit? Come live with us. You'll be in stitches.
We go to the doctor, and the doctors will say, "Y'all have more fun." That's one reason they like us, because we entertain we entertain them.
You know, if you don't let life be fun, then what's the point?
Well, my mother was a funny person. You know, Mama was cut up and a prankster. She did all my life. I mean, just aggravates the living heck out of me. And my daddy would have to say, "Mama, that's enough." You know, just, I mean, on and on and on and on. I mean, this was an everyday occurrence. And he would finally have to say, "Mama, that is enough, leave her alone." Or, "Hush, quit aggravating her." And then when I married Bobby, it started all over.
That man gave you no peace.
No.
He never gave anyone any peace.
No. No. But we had bunches of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Every day was a new day. He woke up in a new world every day.
That is no joke. That man gave nobody any peace. It was constant. And him and my dad, he loved to mess with my father.
Oh, loved it.
It was
If
crazy.
he found out that he could get somebody and really get them, he just kept plowing.
Mm-hmm.
And he I think he stayed awake at night to think of things to pull on.
He probably did.
If he knew that he was going to see Kenny the next day, you can bet that he had a plan
Oh.
as to what he was going to do.
But he would do but he did everybody
Yeah.
if he liked you.
Yeah.
But if he didn't like you, he didn't have anything to do with you. He tolerated you sometimes, and if otherwise, he just wipe you off his list. He was always pulling something on me. Something. It was. Well, he did Jamie all the time.
Do what?
I was too smart.
Oh yeah, she could get back.
I could get him.
Did you get him back?
She'd get him back. Kenny, bless his heart, we miss him too. But he would say to Jamie, "Bobby doesn't like me." And Jamie said, "Why?" "Well, he just so and so and so. He pulled so and so or said so and so and so to me."
Oh, it would infuriate him.
Oh
sometimes.
yes, he'd get madder than a hornet.
Yes.
And Jamie would say, "Kenny, he does like you, or he wouldn't even fool with you." We had a good time. We had a good time. We had a good life together. It's a shame that he had to pass off the way he did. You know, but. Oh, I think the World War II. I was old enough to that made an impression on me.
Yeah.
I was 11, 12 years old. I shouldn't have said that, should I? That did. I think it affected everybody. The World War II.
Tell me how.
Well,
What was it like?
a frightening thing.
Yeah.
A very frightening thing. The bombs and everything, and the boys were going to war. My oldest brother, was the first young man that was drafted to go to the service out of Collin County.
Oh wow.
And we had a neighbor guy, neighbor boy, that he got killed in training. That he was in the Air Force, and they were coming in, and the plane crashed and killed all of them. And it just different. I don't know. It made. I still think that.
Yeah. Do you think that we as a society, as Americans, looking back at World War II, do you think that experience helped to bond Americans together?
At that time.
Yes.
At that time, yes. Yeah. And it did for several years after.
Yeah.
But now, I don't think there's any bonding whatsoever.
Yeah.
There should be, but I don't think there is.
We're working on that. We're definitely working on that.
It's a sad situation.
Yeah.
It's a terrible. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really don't. It bothers me. It bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
When I was about 3 years old, this is where we lived in Lovejoy.
Mm-hmm.
There was a little lady that lived down I'd say a couple of blocks, which was in the country, but it was about a couple of blocks, city blocks, to her house. And it was winter time, and so my mother and she were going to make candy for a church bazaar or school or something. I don't remember what it was. But we went to her house instead of our house. So of course, of all the clothes, it was cold and little union. They used to wear they called them union alls, little coveralls. So she put the union. I had my dress on and everything. Then she put the little union on, my coat, my gloves, my cap. Then we went down, and we went to Miss Change. They made the candy, and she had a little low dresser, that set down low. The mirror went up and everything, and she had doilies, crochet doilies on. And I played, all the time. They was making the candy and everything. So anyway, we got ready to go home, and Mama put my clothes back on me, went home. She's taking them off, my coat, everything, and so she's fixing to take my little coveralls off, my little union. And she reached and she said, "What's this in your pocket?" And she pulled it out, and it was a little doily. I had folded up and put it in my pocket, and I said, "It's a doily." And she said, "Where did you get it?" And I said, "Down at Miss Cheney's." And she said, "Did Miss Cheney give it to you?" And I said, "No, ma'am." And she said, "You took it without Miss Cheney knowing it?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." So she said, "Back with the union alls." The little thing went in the pocket. And the little coat went on, the little hat and the gloves. And she said, "Now you go back down and you take them out and you knock on her door," she said. And she said, "Then you take out the doily and you give it to Miss Cheney and you tell her that I'm sorry I stole your doily." My God, you're gonna kill me. That was the longest walk I ever made in my life. And it's one I have never forgotten.
And one you've never done again.
I ain't no thing. 3 years old.
Wow.
But I have never forgotten it. And I never will.
Yeah.
That you do not. So I guess that was the most impressionable thing that I've ever really happened in my life.
That's amazing
I can remember.
Most people don't remember things from when they were 3 years old.
I know.
But I know you've got a memory like that.
Because there's a lot of things that I don't remember living in that house. There's a lot of things that I remember, but I mean that.
Wow.
That is just, it's just as clear when I'm telling you that as if I was doing it.
Wow. Goodness. Well, let me
But
think.
that was my favorite day. That was now that has always impressed. Jamie's heard the story a million times, but I guess it impressed on her. You know, I didn't have thieves,
Yeah.
but I knew that you did not take anything, and we were taught not to lie. And I guess the secrets also came through there. Don't tell secrets. My mother and daddy taught us to be respectful, be honest, and be good to our neighbor. And my daddy, one thing that he said, no matter who it is, speak to them, be nice to them, no matter who they are or what they do. He said you can always be polite and show, he said, they are human just like you.
Yeah.
Even though he said their lifestyle's not the same.
Yeah.
And that, I guess it's always sunk in.
Well, and I can tell you that's something that you passed on to the people around you, because I know I learned that. I learned that in big part from you. Thank you.
But thank you. Thank you for being mine.
I'm not going to cry on camera.
Be good to yourself. Think before you act. And try to be the best citizen that you can possibly be. And like I said, be kind to others and be truthful. And I think you pretty well succeed. That's
good.
You know.
That's what it's about.
That's what life's all about. And everybody be kind to each other and try to be more understanding. I think it'd be a better world.
I think so too.
And accept responsibility.
Yes.
I've had a pretty good life. I've had some ups and downs and some sadness and stuff and illnesses, but as a whole, I like my life. I like that I have Jamie and y'all, my family.
Yeah. Yeah, because I will tell you something that I, being your grandson, that I have found truly remarkable about you is you and I are not blood related.
Well, I think we are.
There's no actual biology, but you know what? That was something that's truly remarkable to me about you, is a lesson I learned over the time of my life, from the time I was a little kid, is you taught me that there doesn't have to be biology or blood for someone to be family.
That's right. That's right.
And that is something that has taught me so much.
You're just mine.
Yeah.
Y'all were mine.
That's right.
You were Jamie's.
Yeah.
So you're mine. Mm-hmm.
And that's remarkable. And thank you for that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make you cry, Grandma, Miss Helen. It's beautiful.
I asked my daddy. It made an impression when he was talking about the end of the earth, you know. And I asked Daddy on the way home. I said, Daddy, is it fixing to be, the end? He said, don't worry about it. He said, no. He said, it's not. He said, don't worry about it. He said, I've been hearing that all my life. And he said, I'm a lot older than you are. So he said, and besides that, he said, nobody knows except the good Lord above.
Touche.
So that was it. So I haven't worried about it.
And if you haven't already,
go find your truly remarkable life. I love it. I love you too.
love you too. Oh, it looks great. Look at you. Oh, movie star.
Do you want me to cross my eyes?
We can do it a couple of different ways.
Let me think.
If you got to tell a lie, just keep your mouth shut, Mama said. what kind of houses do you call them? Back long years ago.
House of the old repute.
You can't remember.
want
You can't
anything
remember your dreams.
Very rarely.
Oh, I used to. I used to have some doozies. I used to wake up, turn that thing off.
Some people just got it.
They do. Where you think I get it from?